You can find all sorts of online junk food on YouTube, top 10 lists, animal videos, and even the mind-blowing alternate reality of Disney crossover pairing AMVs. But sometimes you'll come across something really good, like an animated short that makes you think, holy crap, this is too good to be a mere viral video. Something so artfully made that takes so much advantage of the video medium that it leaves you wondering why the creator doesn't have their own TV show. Today I will highlight some of those gems. The links will be in the description, so let's not waste any time and move on to our first animator. Koya58, aka the guy who did those really awesome commercials for One's Mob Psycho 100 manga. I'd say this is the only animator that truly gets the aesthetics of One to their very core. The Mob Psycho anime looks great, don't get me wrong, but Koya58 has an extremely similar aesthetic sense to the author, and was likely on the same wavelength before the collaboration even started. This guy's animation seamlessly mixes together inventiveness, traditionally good draftsmanship, and a bizarre, intentionally naive drawing style to create a look that's truly his very own. It's a very common thing for a traditionally trained artist with a high-level technical understanding to suddenly throw it all away as a semi-ironic, rebellious thing. But that's not what's going on here. The fundamentals are still there. The art style is just going for controlled chaos over traditionalism, mixing together professional drawings with gleefully childish ones. While the drawings are often childish, the tone doesn't feel ironic as much as it does intentionally strange. A definite highlight as far as his original works go is this music video collaboration with Ai Teramoto. A mix of completely honest nostalgia and veritable weirdness, creating a feeling that is unequaled. Our next short is Hand by the artist and animator Hyeseung Lee. I first came across this artist a very long time ago when I was going on a Pixiv art hunt for a 4chan thread. After perhaps half a decade, I found this on YouTube while going through random Japanese videos, and despite all those years passing by, I instantly recognized the art style. There were a lot of smaller details that tipped me off, but by far the biggest defining element is the artist's amazing use of color, that manages to be both flashy and earthy, sometimes recalling Studio 4C at their best in terms of art direction. You know, stuff like Noiseman Sound Exact and Tweeny Witches. To be completely fair, I'm not entirely sure what this short is supposed to represent. Obviously, it's about a frustrated artist losing his hand along with his will to draw, and then regaining both of them. But why does his painting evaporate into thin air? What exactly is the world that he gets absorbed in? Is it the world of his paintings? If so, why does he scribble all over everything at the end? Maybe I'm just missing something obvious, but that's kind of beside the point. Even if I'm not fully getting the idea behind it, this is still a great short that's worth watching, even just for the sake of its execution. The visual style, while obviously having plenty of influences and not being magicked out of thin air, is still one of a kind. Next in line we have Animism of Broken Sakuga and many other works by the wonderful group Uguisu Kobo. These guys actually work in mainstream animation, as you can see by their input in shows like My Hero Academia, but their YouTube channel is truly one of a kind. Animism obviously belongs to the so-called WebGen school of animation, and this short's aesthetics will likely remind you of such shows as Birdie the Mighty Decode and Yatraman Night, along with episode 167 of Naruto Shippuden. The way the effects are drawn, the occasional forsaking of outlines, the overall motion, just watch this back to back with the aforementioned Yatraman opening and you'll instantly see what I mean. The highlight of the short is when the disappearance of the outlines and the preceding chaotic animation overlap the point when the music gets particularly noisy and out of control. Even more stylistically interesting, however, is the short In the Film, which is blatantly inspired by Chuck Jones' classic Duck Amuck. A Droopy-esque elephant breaks the fourth wall to screw with the protagonist in this tribute to the olden days of animation. The animators bring along a clever bit of modernity with the introduction of a seek bar in the short's climax. Their stylistic understanding of classic Looney Tunes and Tex Avery cartoons might sometimes be a little off, but it's all very creative and honest, and it's great to see Japanese animators who are open fans of Golden Age Western animation beyond just Tom and Jerry. If you go through all of their videos, you'll find that the Western influence, WebGen animation, rampant use of Mickey Mousing, fourth wall breaking, and overall a huge amount of creativity and inventiveness are the order of the day. From a really smart portrayal of world history to something as poetic, unexpected, and meaningful as a Kowloon-inspired city growing into a massive tree, this group's independent works deserve far more attention than they receive as of now. The last video of theirs that I have to draw special attention towards is Koi-Con, where a group of vagrants find a giant whale that fell from outer space into the desert, bringing with it a seemingly endless amount of technology. Using it, the people gradually evolved from a small village to a massive futuristic city. Everything about this short, from the 2001 A Space Odyssey-esque theme to the choice of imagery and the beautiful climax, resonates with me on a personal level, summarizing a lot of what I personally love about animation and fiction in general. While Uguisu's technical animation skills were not ignored by the industry, I believe their boundless creativity should be harnessed just as much as their key animation. This will likely be the first of multiple videos on this subject. It embodies a lot of what this channel stands for and is something that is frankly quite easy to work with. So watch out for more 3-in-1 web animator recommendation videos in the future.